Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. I'm Rick Olson and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax High School Viking Girls basketball. Tonight, the 4-6 Colfax Vikings, who are 2-2 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, are getting ready to take on the 6-6 St. Croix Central Panthers, who are currently 1-3 in the Middle Border Conference. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Panthers and the Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Sarar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll take a look around the Dun St. Croix Conference to see where things stand as we head into the new year. Then we'll send it out to St. Croix Central High School in Hammond, Wisconsin, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There are a lot of words I would use to describe my daughter. Kind, strong, hilarious. When I think about how much she's experienced in her life, we can't help but be inspired by her every day. So really, we are the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's girls' non-conference game between the Colfax Vikings and the St. Croix Central Panthers. The Vikings are coming off a 44-28 loss to Dun St. Croix Conference leading Elk Mound Mounders back on December 21st, while the Panthers are coming off a 63-14 win over the Gael Ettrick Trempealeau Redhawks in the Denny Laramie Holiday Classic at McDonald Central High School. In that Viking game against Elk Mound, the Vikings battled hard but just couldn't get shots to drop, and the Mounders slowly pulled away. Now, leading the way for the Vikings in that effort was 5'7" senior guard McKenna Shipman, who hit on 2 of 7 field goals, including a three-pointer, and went 6 for 6 from the free throw line for 11 points. She was followed by 6' senior Jeanette Hajdukovic, who hit on 4 of 7 from the floor for 8 points. The leading rebounders for the Vikings were Shipman with 5 and Hajdukovic with 3. Now today the Vikings are preparing to knock off any holiday rust they may have and get ready for the thick of the conference race as they take on the 6-6 St. Croix Central Panthers. The Panthers are coming off a 63-14 win over the Gael Ettrick Trempealeau Redhawks in the Denny Laramie Holiday Classic at McDonald Central High School on Friday. Now, going into the holidays, leading the way for the Panthers this season has been 6'2" junior Elsa Rubis, who's shooting nearly 50% from the floor and 49% from the free throw line while averaging around 13 points per game. She's followed by 6' sophomore Elena Quarren, who's putting up around 6.5 points per game. Now on the boards, the Panthers are led by Rubis, who's grabbing over 11 rebounds per game, while 6' senior Morgan Barker is pulling down over 5. Now, so far this season, leading the way for the Vikings in scoring is Shipman, who is averaging over 11 points per game. She's being followed by Kaysen Goodell, who is accounting for nearly 9 points per game, along with Hajdukovic, who's putting in almost 8 per game. On the boards, the Vikings are being led by Shipman with around 6 rebounds per game, while Hajdukovic grabs nearly 5.5, and Jada Anderson pulls down 4 boards. Now coming up next, following this timeout, we'll give Viking head coach Courtney Sarar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking Girls head coach Courtney Serrara and Coach's Corner. And first of all, Coach, I hope you had a really nice Christmas and New Year's with the family.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice to have a break from school and just hang out.
Yeah, I understand. But now it's time to get back to basketball. And let's take a look back at December 21st when the Vikings dropped a conference game to the Elk Mound Mounders 44-28. And in a game that appeared to be closer than the score indicated. Your thoughts about that game?
Yeah, I thought we played excellent defense, and we definitely had chances. We just struggled to put the ball in the basket, and I think anytime you can hold a team, especially a team as good as Elk Mound to 44 points, you're setting yourself up for success. But if you can't put the ball in the basket, then, that's just kind of how it goes.
The Vikings are known for their stingy defense, but to kind of pile on to what you were just saying, you can't win games without scoring points. And in that game with Elk Mound, the scoring was pretty much limited to McKenna Shipman and Jeanette Hajdukovic. Only 4 other players scored with nobody getting more than 3 points. Is this scoring drought becoming a concern, and what can be done?
No. I mean, we definitely have lots of kids who are capable of putting it in the basket, and I don't think that it was a lack of open shots. We definitely got those. We just didn't make them. A lot of open layups I thought were missed. So I thought we got, decent looks at the hoop. We just, it just didn't go in, and there's really not a whole lot that I can do to help that in a game situation. We make shots in practice, so we just got to keep practicing and, game shots, and hopefully eventually they'll start to fall.
And sometimes you have games where it's like somebody put a lid on the rim. So
yeah, it seems to happen to us quite a bit, but I know we'll figure it out.
You just have to find that gremlin that's climbing up there and putting it on. Tonight, the Vikings are going to open their 2024 portion of their season as they take on the St. Croix Central Panthers. That's a team that appears to be having a season that's real similar to the Vikings. What can you tell us about the Panthers?
Yeah, like I was telling the girls last night, I feel like there are a lot of similarities in the fact that they've also played, a tough schedule and struggled to get some wins, and they'd love to, like us, get on a roll in January. And I said, it's a big week for us. I think it's a great opportunity for us to string some wins together, but we have to take it one game at a time. They have a really good inside presence with 2, 6-foot girls that, will struggle with if we don't box out and, help each other. But, the good thing is, the one thing that's been pretty consistent for us this year is our defense. So I know that, our team defense will at least give us a chance to win.
You kind of hinted at it. The Panthers seem to be led by 6'2" junior Elsa Rubis, who appears to be a force under the basket and leads the Panthers in both scoring and rebounding. What can you tell us about her skill set, and what are the plans to counter her?
Yeah, like you said, she's averaging a double-double in both points and rebounds. We definitely have to box out. Our guards have to give our post defenders help and dig it out smart and close out on shooters, and just really talk and communicate with each other. But I think the biggest key tonight is definitely going to be, us boxing out and controlling the rebounds.
Well, Coach Serrara, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully, the Vikings will find a way to tip off 2024 with not only fireworks, but a solid win.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
We all know what it's like to feel alone. But it just takes one new connection. Want to get out of here? To empower many.
This is unbelievable.
It doesn't take a superhero to bring forces together. We all have the power to reach out
Let's go!
and help someone feel like they belong.
Pretty cool, huh?
We are stronger together.
Welcome back to Viking pregame. Tonight, the Vikings are taking on the St. Croix Central Panthers in a non-conference matchup. The Dun-St. Croix Conference will get back into conference play on Thursday. So heading into the new year, the Dun-St. Croix Conference standings are as follows. In first place with a 3-0 record are the Elk Mound Mounders. Tied for second place at 3-1 and a half a game behind are the Durand, Arkansas Panthers and the Mondovi Buffaloes. In fourth place and one game behind at 2-1 are the Colfax Vikings. Fifth place belongs to the Spring Valley Cardinals, who are 1.5 games back at 2-2, while tied for sixth place at 1-3 and 2.5 games out are the Boyceville Bulldogs and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Meanwhile, in eighth place at 0-4, 3.5 games behind the leaders, are the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Now tonight, in addition to the Vikings traveling to the St. Croix Central Panthers, the Elk Mound Mounders will visit the Bloomer Blackhawks, while the Boyceville Bulldogs will host the Augusta Beavers. Also, the Glenwood City Hilltoppers will face the visiting Frederick Vikings. Tonight, the Vikings are getting ready to try and open the new year on a positive note. The Panthers are scoring an average of 43 points per game while giving up 44. The Vikings, on the other hand, are scoring 47 per game while giving up 42. So, that said, we'll have all the action for you of tonight's tilt right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll join our broadcast crew at St. Croix Central High School in Hammond as we bring you tonight's game between the Colfax Vikings and the St. Croix Central Panthers. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
We've given back in a lot of different ways through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.danakelly.com.
Colfax Viking Girls basketball is on the air.
To the right side, they feed it down underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with 2.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network, along with NLWN-TV, is excited to bring you Colfax High School girls basketball.
No good on the shot. Rebound taken away by Shipman and puts the shot up and in.
Join us as we follow the Vikings while they battle their way through the Dunn St. Croix Conference.
To Nigaman, she launches a 3. She hit the 3!
And now out to the gym for today's Colfax Viking basketball.
And good afternoon or good evening from St. Croix Central High School in Hammond, Wisconsin. Rick Olson here along with Ann Monroe on the camera, Lynn Nigaman doing the numbers for us tonight. And we're getting ready to bring you Colfax Vikings taking on the St. Croix Central Panthers. First of all, an apology to those of you who are trying to tune in to us on YouTube Live. It's not gonna work tonight. Everything says we're getting a good enough signal, but we're not getting a good enough signal here. And so we're gonna make do, and you'll have to catch it on the rebroadcast. And hopefully we can make that work.
Between the visiting Colfax Vikings.
But we're going to send it over to the public address system for the national anthem and starting lineup.
St. Croix Central Athletics are made possible in part by our scoreboard sponsors, Marco Septic, Citizen State Bank, Premium Waters Incorporated, Hudson Physicians, and Bird Plumbing, your complete outdoor plumbing company. Thank you, sponsors, for your support and commitment to excellence in student achievement. The WIAA Middle Border Conference and St. Croix Central have a proud tradition of conducting athletic events with enthusiasm and sportsmanship. Expectations are that spectators support all athletes positively, respect the officials' decisions, and behave in a manner which is appropriate for a high school athletic event. Failure to do so is grounds for removal. In case of emergency, please remain calm and follow the instructions given by announcement. Tonight, we welcome the Central Basketball Association 7th and 8th grade girls teams, players, families, and their coaches. 7th grade coaches are Brian Kofall, Jeff Jackman, and Ryan Herrick. And the 8th grade coaches are Justin Pyson and Nick Bean. We hope as you learn this great game, you meet lifelong friends and fall in love with the game. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll have a special halftime competition between 7th and 8th grade. Ladies, we look forward to seeing you soon on this court, continuing the Panther legacy. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask all to stand as you are able. Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the singing of our national anthem as recorded by the St. Croix Central Concert Choir. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the Colfax Vikings, A junior, number 4, Kaysen Goodell. A senior, number 20, Meadow Keltner. A senior, number 32, Jada Anderson. A senior, number 40, Jeanette Dojkovic. And a senior, number 42, McKenna Shipman. The Vikings varsity coach is Courtney Sarr. And now, for your 2024 St. Croix Central Panthers, is sophomore number 12, Sophie Hook. A senior number 13, Morgan Parker. A junior number 14, Elsa Rubis. A sophomore number 24, Addison Koval. And a senior number 34, Lucy Mansell.
So there's the starting lineups for tonight's game. Again for the Vikings, it's Goodell, Keltner, Anderson, Hajdukovic, and Shipman. And for the St. Croix Central Panthers, it's Hook, Barker, Rubis, Kofel, and Mansell. Panthers are out on the floor, and it looks like Elsa Rubis is going to be jumping center. And Jeanette Hajdukovic steps into the center circle. And the official steps into the center circle. Ball goes up and we're underway. Tip is controlled by the Panthers. On the near side, that's Stephanie Hook, takes it between the circles. Gets it over to Barker, and then over to the far side, that's Mansell. Back out to Hook. Then to Mansell, and then over to Kofel. Hook with it, lays it into the lane, shot goes up, it's no good. Rebound put back up, off the rim, no good. That shot was by Kofel, and the Vikings come away with it. Kaysen Goodell on the dribble. Feeds it over to the left side to Keltner. Keltner takes it down to the baseline, it goes off her foot and out of bounds. Off a Panther foot and out of bounds. Still be Viking ball. Pass comes in to Hajdukovic, way out high. To Shipman, takes it between the circles, over to Anderson on the right side. To Goodell. Goodell takes it back out high. Over to Keltner, back to Goodell. Over to Keltner on the left. To Goodell between the circles, to the free throw line, to Shipman, back out to Goodell, three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron, no good, rebound taken down by Hook. She's bringing it down the floor on the left side. Feeds it into the lane by Kofel. Now they feed it down low, and that's to Rubis. Back out high, three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron. Shot was by Mansell. A rebound went out of bounds, last touched by the Panthers, and the Vikings bring it down the floor. Goodell with it, over to the left side, to Keltner, back out to Hajdukovic at the top of the key. Hajdukovic takes it to the right, to Shipman between the circles, over to the left side to Anderson. Anderson drives into the lane, gets it out to Goodell on the right side, takes it to the top of the key. Looking for somewhere to go. Gets it to Shipman. Shipman takes a shot from near the top of the key, and it goes in. First points for the Vikings tonight.
Shipman for 2.
Panthers with the ball. It's Kofel with it. Now they get it over to Hook on the near side. Feeds it into the lane to Barker. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Goodell. Goodell brings it across the timeline, top of the key, into the lane, spins, lays it up. It doesn't go. Rebound taken down by the Panthers. This is Kofal with it. Feeds it over to Mansell. And then to Barker. Back to Mansell to Kofal on the right side. To Barker at the top of the key. Tries to feed it, and we get a whistle and a foul called. I think it's going to be on Goodell. Nope, I take it back. Fouls on the Panthers.
Foul on Viking number 32, Anderson.
Or check that. Foul is on Jada Anderson. First foul on the Vikings. First foul on anybody tonight. Panthers with it in the lane. That's Kofal. Gets it out. And up and in by Rubas. About a 10-footer. Down the floor come the Vikings. Hajdukovic with it. Takes it down to the right baseline. Gets it out to Shipman. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Mansell. And we have 4 in and 4 out for the Vikings.
Checking in for the Vikings, number 12, J.C. Bovey, number 22, Autumn Nigaman, number 24, Jordan Bovey, and number 34, Brent.
Ball comes in to Jordan Bovey, to J.C. Bovey, out to Sikora, to Jordan Bovey. Nigaman picks up the loose change, takes it into the lane, tries to put it up, nothing goes. And down the floor come the Panthers. They feed it into the lane, but they get it back out high. This is Kofal with it, out between the circles. Feeds it over to the right side to Mansell. Then to Barker, and then down low to Rubas. She puts it up and in. Elsa Rubas. Shipman gets it over to Sikora, and then they get it down into the corner. 3-point shot by Shipman is no good. Rebound taken down by the Panthers. Down the floor comes Mansell, loses the handle on it, and this is Sikora taking it down the floor, and we're going to get a foul, and we're going to get a charging foul called on Sikora. Bryn Sikora with her first, second team foul on the Vikings.
First, team second.
Ball comes into Mansell. They get it over to Kofal. Kofal feeds it over to the right side. That's Barker with it. Gets it back out to Hook. Hook hands it off to Mansell. To Hook. Back out to the top of the key to Kofal. Lays it up, it doesn't go. Rebound taken down by the Panthers. Shot goes up, no good. And we're going to get a foul called on Morgan Barker, I believe. And it is. Her first team foul on the Panthers.
Entering the game for your Panthers, number 11, Elena Corney.
Vikings bring the ball down. Jordan Bovey on the dribble. She pulls up between the circles. Feeds it over to the right side to Shipman. Shipman to the top of the key. Looking for somewhere to go. Feeds it to Sikora on the right side of the lane. Puts it to the floor. Tries to drive to the baseline. Knocks it in bounds, and it goes out of bounds off of Jordan Bovey. 4-2, Durand, or not Durand. I'm used to calling the Durand Panthers, but 4-2, the St. Croix Central Panthers with the lead. Kofal with it, trapped in the back court, and we got a timeout call by the Panthers. So with the timeout on the floor, 12:36 to go in the first half, it's St. Croix Central 4 and the Vikings 2, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you have a high deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back here at St. Croix Central High School, Panthers with the ball. They get the ball into Kofel. She feeds it over to the right side to Hook. Hook tries to pass it in, gets knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. Inbounding the ball is Quorn. And she gets it into Kofel. Over to Hook on the right side. Back out to the top of the key to Barker. Now they swing it around to the left side. This is Kofel. Gets it out to Barker. Quorn with it. Now on the right side. Ball gets knocked away by the Vikings. And down the floor comes Shipman. Pulls up from three-point land. It's a little short and it goes out of bounds.
Panther ball.
St. Croix Central tries to inbound, but it was a little bit of an errant pass, and Rubus couldn't get control of it before she went out of bounds. So the Vikings to inbound. J.C. Bovey to inbound the ball. And we have a substitution. Klinkhammer, Lily Klinkhammer into the lineup for the Panthers. Jordan Bovey on the dribble between the circles. Takes it down the left side, tries to get to the baseline. Ball gets stripped away as she tries to go up, and we have a whistle. And evidently, Klinkhammer stepped out of bounds as she tried to take the ball away. And so the Vikings will have the ball under their own basket. Goodell to inbound. Ball comes into Shipman, drives into the lane, lays it up, and in it goes.
Shipman for two.
McKenna Shipman. And down the floor come the Panthers. Hook with it, feeds it over to the right side to Klinkhammer. Back into the lane, we have a whistle and a jump ball called. Pass got tied up by Bryn Sikora. So the possession arrow in favor of the Vikings, and down the floor they come. They try to feed it into the lane, ball gets knocked away, but picked up by Jordan Bovey, gets it over to Shipman, puts a shot up from the free throw line around the rim and out. And what is the call here?
Viking foul on number 24, Bovey.
That's a foul on Jordan Bovey. It's her third team foul on the Vikings. Hook with the ball. Vikings putting some full court pressure on. Panthers get it over to Klinkhammer. She's on the right side, high, wide, and right. Her pass gets intercepted by Sikora. Ball gets knocked away, and Klinkhammer has it coming right back down the floor. Pass goes into the lane, gets knocked away by the Vikings. Getting a little physical down there. Down underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. Vikings take the lead 6-4. Klinkhammer with the ball, high, wide, and right. Gets it over to Barker, then over to the near side. That's Quorn. Back out to Barker to Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer stops at the top of the key, feeds it into the lane to Barker, tries to put it up, and it gets tipped, and the Vikings take it away. Goodell with it on the left side, feeds it down low to Hajdukovic, turns around, puts it up, and in it goes. 8-4, Vikings on top, and a timeout being called by the St. Croix Central Panthers. 8-4, Vikings on top, 9:59 remaining, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Austin and Nikki Pritchard are just what the doctor ordered. In fact, they are the doctors and they're ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Back here in Hammond, Wisconsin at St. Croix Central High School. As the Panthers have the ball, they feed it in, and down the floor comes Mansell. On the left side, gets it out to Korn, puts up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Barker. Takes it out the right side. Over to Kofal. To Mansell on the near side. Down to Kofal, down in the left corner. Feeding it into the lane to Rubis, who puts it off the glass, and it rattles home. Vikings still on top, 8-6. Bovey with the ball on the near side. Pass intended for Hajdukovic. Ball gets taken away by Rubis, puts it up, no good. Rebound, tied up underneath. Good scrap for the ball underneath. Goodell wasn't going to give it up. Jump ball is the call. And possession arrow in favor of St. Croix Central. They get the ball out to Mansell. They swing it over to the near side to Korn. Puts up a three-pointer. No good. Rebound taken down by Anderson. Gets it to Goodell. Goodell coming down the right side all the way down to the baseline. Feeds it back out high to Anderson. Over to Sikora. Back to Goodell. Now over to the left side to Shipman. Shipman at the top of the key. Feeds it to the left side to Hajdukovic. Takes it to the free throw line. Back out to Shipman. Puts up a three. No, it won't go. Rebound tipped around. It goes out of bounds. And last touch by Bryn Sikora. So the Panthers have it. 8:38 remaining. Ball comes into Kofel. To Mansell, takes it across the timeline, feeds it over to the left side to Barker. Barker down to the baseline. It gets knocked out of bounds off of Shipman. Keltner into the lineup for the Vikings, giving Bryn Sikora a break. And Sophie Hook into the lineup for the Panthers, giving Mansell a break. Ball comes in, gets laid up, and we have a whistle and a foul. Fouls on McKenna Shipman, her first personal, fourth team foul on the Vikings. Elsa Rubis at the line for two. First shot is up, it's good. 8-7, Vikings on top.
Entering the game for your Panthers, number 10, Addison Hook.
Checking into the lineup, Addison Hook, replacing Korn. So a couple of hooks out there. Second shot is up and good. We're tied at 8. And the Vikings bring the ball down the floor.
The foul was on number 42, Shipman.
Anderson with it on the near side. She takes it to the right elbow. Hands it off to Shipman trying to drive into the lane, and she got fouled as she was going in.
Panther foul on number 12, Hook.
Foul's going to be on Sophie Hook. her first personal, second team foul on the Panthers. Ball comes into Goodell on the right side. She takes it back out high, over to Keltner on the left. To Hajdukovic at the top of the key. To Shipman, spins in the lane, puts it up, it doesn't go, but she got fouled on the way up.
Panther foul on number 10.
That's Addison Hook with the foul.
Shipman shooting 2.
So McKenna Shipman at the line for 2. First one's up and it's good. Second shot up, and it's good.
Shipman takes 2 from the line.
Panthers trying to inbound, and they finally get it into Sophie Hook, who's on the dribble in the backcourt, hands it off to Kofel, takes it around him across the timeline, feeds it down to the left side. Shot goes up by Barker, no good. Rubis puts one up, no good. Rebound taken down by Keltner. She hands it off to Goodell. And Goodell takes it to the top of the key now down the right side. Spins. Thought about going into the lane, but instead gives it to Shipman. Shot goes up. It's good. And she's also fouled on the way in.
Panther foul on number 14, Rubis. Basket count.
That foul, by the way, is on Elsa Rubis.
Returning for the Vikings are number 22.
Sikora and Nigaman are into the lineup for the Vikings. Shipman's shot is up and good. Vikings on top, 13-8. Pass comes into Rubis. And they feed it over to Addison Hook, who then gets it to Kofel. Back over to Addison Hook. To Kofel. Drives to the lane. Ball got taken away, but not without committing a foul. I think it's Jordan Bovey. It is. It's her second personal.
Viking foul on number 24, Bovey. Her second, team 5th.
So the Panthers to inbound the ball. Pass comes into Rubis out high. Hands it off to Kofel. Kofel feeds it into the lane. We're going to get a whistle and a foul there. I think they're going to get Goodell. And they did.
Viking foul on number
That's
4,
the first foul on Kaysen Goodell. 6th team foul on the Vikings. Next foul will put the Panthers at the line. Pass comes into Rubis. They put a three-pointer up, and shot is no good. Rebound goes back up by Mansell. It's no good, and the Vikings come away with it. Goodell brings it right through the center circle. Feeds it to Nigaman at the left elbow. Gets it to Shipman. Puts up a three-pointer. No good. Rebound chased down in the corner by Mansell. Quickly down the floor to Rubis. She lays it up, and it goes in. Goodell with the ball. Between the circles. Gets it over to the left side to Shipman. At the top of the key. Hands it off to Sikora. Then over to Goodell, down in the right corner, drives the right baseline, feeds it over to Anderson, now to Shipman. She hit the three! McKenna Shipman with a three-pointer. 16-10, Vikings on top. Down the floor comes Addison Kofel. She gets it over to Hook. They swing it around to the far side. Kofel has it now on the right side, down in the corner, and she lost the handle, but that's because it was tipped by Anderson and went out of bounds. Sophie Hook back into the lineup.
For the Panthers, number 4, Klinkhammer.
Along with Morgan Barker and Lily Klinkhammer. For the St. Croix Central Panthers. Ball comes into Kofel. Feeds it over to Sophie Hook. Takes it on the left side. Back out high to Kofel. Kofel drives to the lane, gets it out to Sophie, puts up the three and hit it. Sophie Hook with a three-pointer. 16-13, Vikings on top. Shipman with it on the left side. Gets it out to Goodell. Over to the right side, then they feed it to Sikora, and she got fouled as she was trying to drive into the lane. Foul is going to be on Elsa Rubis. It's her second, fifth team foul. Shipman looking for somewhere to go with it. Finally gets it into Goodell. High, wide, and right. Goodell takes it down to the baseline, tries a reverse layup. The ball got tipped and didn't get there, and the Panthers come down the floor with it. Kofel with it, over to Klinkhammer. Now they get it down to Rubis. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Nigaman. Ball goes off to Goodell. Goodell to Anderson, to Sikora. Sikora tries to go up, ball got blocked, but trying to save it inbounds, but with a foot on the baseline was Elsa Rubis, so the ball will go over to the Vikings. Shipman gets it into Sikora. Her shot off the front of the iron, no good. And back down the floor comes Sophie Hook. Over to the left side to Kofel. Down underneath, turn around, putting it up as Barker. Rebound taken down by Anderson. Anderson quickly down the floor to Shipman. Shipman out to Goodell between the circles. To Nigaman. Back out to Goodell, to Anderson, to Goodell, to Shipman on the left side. Back out high to Goodell. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Vikings up by 3. Goodell on the dribble, feeds it over to Anderson on the near side. Takes it to the free throw line, then down the lane. She puts it up and got fouled. She got her shot off as she was falling to the floor.
Foul number 13, Barker.
Foul is on Morgan Barker, 6th team foul. So the next foul on either team puts somebody into the bonus. Anderson at the line, first shot's up, around and off. I swear that went halfway down before it came back out again.
Number 40, Hajdukovic.
Hajdukovic in for Nigaman for the Vikings. Anderson's second shot on the way, no. And ball goes out of bounds. It was last touched by the Vikings.
Inbound, Panthers.
So the Panthers will inbound it. Vikings with full court pressure on. Klinkhammer on the dribble. Feeds it over to the near side to Kofel. Kofel gets it over to Barker, but she dragged her foot before she passed the ball. So the Vikings will get it. Shipman into Goodell. Goodell over to the left side to Shipman. Shipman down to Hajdukovic in the left corner. Dribbles around to the free throw line, stops in the lane, puts a shot up off the back of the air, no good. Rebound saved in, but she was out of bounds. Goodell tried to save it. It really doesn't matter because she saved it right into the Panthers' hands, so they would have had it anyway. Klinkhammer gets the ball. Double teamed in the backcourt. Over to Barker, to Kofel. Kofel across the timeline. High, wide, and right. She's in the center circle on the dribble. Gets it over to Barker. Back out high to Sophie Hook. Over to Klinkhammer. Three-point attempt is on the way, and it hit the time clock above the backstop, and so that's out of bounds. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Goodell on the dribble. Tries to feed it over to Shipman, but Shipman started to cut before the ball got there, and it went out of bounds.
Panthers, returning for your Panthers, number 34, Mansell.
And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. So 2:55 to go in the first half. It's Vikings 16, Panthers 13, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
So the Panthers getting ready to inbound the ball. They bring it down the floor. Feed it off to the right side to Klinkhammer, then down into the corner. That's Anderson. They get it to Barker. She puts it up off the glass and in. Goodell with the ball between the circles for the Vikings. Gets it over to the left side to Shipman. Shipman feeds it to Hajdukovic, but Klinkhammer steps in the way and comes away with the ball. 16-15, Vikings on top. Barker, and she took a little hop before she tried to shoot the ball.
Inbound Vikings. Goodell for two.
And Kaysen Goodell puts the ball in for two. And we have a whistle and a foul.
Panther foul on number 4, Klinkhammer. Her first, team 7. Vikings shooting 1-1.
Shot goes up. It's no good. And the shot goes up by the Panthers. It's no good. And I know that we have lost our camera feed, and we're trying to see what's going on here. And now we got it back.
Hajdukovic, basket is good, going to the line.
And Hajdukovic made the shot. With all the camera being out and stuff, we have got a score of 20-15, Vikings up by 5. Hajdukovic at the line, shot goes up and in.
And she takes it from the line.
Klinkhammer brings it down across the timeline on the left side. Gets it back out high to Sophie Hook. Then over to the right side to Mansell. Then to Anderson. And the ball gets taken away by the Vikings. Shipman brings it down the floor. Shot by Sikora, no good. Jada Anderson with the rebound, and she got fouled. And I think it's Lucy Mansell.
Panther foul number 34, Mansell.
It's her first personal.
Team 9.
9th team foul on the Panthers. 38 and some change remaining in the first half. Shot goes up and in. 22-15. Vikings up by 7. It's our largest lead of the night. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we will have a Viking profile, and tonight it's Jeanette Hajdukovic. Second shot on a way, and it's good. 23-15. Ball comes in. On the dribble is Sophie Hook. Covered by Shipman. She gets it off to Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer across the timeline, feeds it cross-court pass to Sophie Hook. On the left side. Cross-court pass almost intercepted, and taking it toward the lane was Mansell, but she got fouled on her way in.
Viking foul number 42, Shipman.
And Shipman is the committer of the foul. Second personal.
1-1. Returning for the Vikings, number 12, Bovey, number 20, Keltner, and number 22, Nigaman.
So Mansell at the line. First shot's on its way, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Barker, and it'll be Viking ball with 18 and a half seconds remaining in the half. Anderson into J.C. Bovey. 15 seconds. Bovey takes it over to the left side, circles back around, comes around to the right, looking for a way to penetrate, gets it out to Hajdukovic at the left elbow. 3 seconds left. Hajdukovic tries to go up with it. Nigaman puts one up, and that's the end of the half. So the score at halftime, the Vikings 23 and the St. Croix Central Panthers 15. And we will have Viking halftime coming up right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Time now for Viking halftime, with today's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment. That's coming up right after this.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players, and now Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to get to know Jeanette Hajdukovic, a senior at Colfax High School. And Jeanette, we know you play basketball, but what are some other things you're involved with here at school?
I'm on the volleyball team, I'm on the track and field team, in NHS and student council.
And so when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience has it been for you?
Third grade, like competitively, but like before that it was always like with my brothers. And it's been awesome. It's like allowed me to get really close to some of the girls in my grade and in other grades, and it's made me a better person and an athlete.
So what's the most important thing that you've learned playing basketball?
How important like the relationships you build through like the things you're passionate about become in your life.
Okay, so when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
Other sports. I like to bake, and that's pretty much it. I got a busy sports life.
But you like to bake and you haven't brought samples in?
No, soon.
Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Which flavor?
I don't know. Cherry chocolate chip right now.
And yeah, then you're kind of like me. It's whatever you happen to be in the mood for at the time. I get that. Hot dog, burger, or brats?
Burger.
And what do you want on that burger?
All of it, the works.
Everything we can pile on there.
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay.
No tomato.
No tomato, but everything else. Okay. If you could have a superpower, what do you think that might be?
I'm going with the same answer as the last 3 years. I'm going super strength.
Super strength. Yeah. Okay, and so of course if you are super strong, you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Jeanette's superhero name?
The Incredible Bulk. I'm keeping it.
Yeah, you might as well own it, right?
I think I actually last year I think I switched it, but I'm getting it back.
The Incredible Bulk. All right. Jeanette, your favorite NBA or WNBA team?
I don't watch a ton of, and I like college teams more, but the Bucks probably.
Okay, then what's your favorite collegiate team?
Stanford and UConn women's.
Okay. Is there a basketball player somewhere through the history, whether it be pro, college, local, whatever, who's influenced the way you play your game?
Cameron Brink. She's at Stanford.
Okay. All right. We're talking with Jeanette Hajdukovic on Viking Profile. And Jeanette, what are your plans for after high school?
College for sure, not sure where though.
Okay. All right. How about a shout out to the family?
Hi guys. Hi mom, dad, siblings, everybody.
Okay, now this is at least the third one of these, maybe the fourth one of these that we've done. Do you think that maybe this year other places are going to get your name right?
We'll see. It's 50-50 shot every time.
And, you know, I know you've got a thick skin about it because you hear it so often, but Hajdukovic is not that hard to say.
No, it's not. No.
And I did get a kick out of, at the sectional game, the people doing the live streaming, you were Hajduski through most of the game.
Yep,
But you know what? Hey,
first two letters is all that matters.
We get it right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and that's the important one, right? Right. We want to thank Jeanette Hajdukovic for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
in tune to Viking halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
And we're back here at St. Croix Central High School, just getting ready to start the second half. So let's go through the scoring real quickly for the St. Croix Central Panthers. Their leading scorer is Elsa Rubis, who has 10 points, 4 field goals, 2 free throws. Then comes Sophie Hook with 3 and Morgan Barker with 2 for 15. For the Vikings, they're being led by McKenna Shipman with 12 points. She has 3 regular field goals, a 3-pointer, and 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Jeanette Hajdukovic has 7 points with 3 field goals and a free throw. Jada Anderson has 2 points. She's 2 for 5 from the free throw line. And Kaysen Goodell has 2 points on a field goal. And it's 23-15, Vikings with the lead. And we are getting ready to start half number 2. Vikings will have the ball. They're going to give it to Kaysen Goodell, or check that, give it to Meadow Keltner, who's going to then give it to Kaysen Goodell. I was just a step ahead of myself.
Number 40, Hajdukovic. Number 42, Shipman. For your Panthers, with 13, Barker, 14, Rubis.
So, PA announcer is making a few announcements about who's back out on the floor. For the Vikings, it's the regular starting lineup. Keltner, Goodell, Shipman, Hajdukovic, and Anderson. And there's the horn, so we're ready to get things started in the second half. Clock says 18 minutes, and we're ready to go. Ball comes in to Goodell. By the way, I apologize to those of you who've been trying to watch the game, and it's been getting interrupted because we have a very questionable Shipman with a layup and good.
Shipman, 2.
With some not real good signal strength, but evidently it's working right now. We are going to rebroadcast this game a little later this evening in its entirety. We are recording it, and that will be a clean recording. So feel free to turn in for that. Ball gets underneath. Elsa Rubis puts it up, overlays it, and the Vikings come away with it. Down the floor comes Anderson, feeds it over into the left corner to Keltner, tries to feed it to Hajdukovic, and it's all tied up. And it's going to be Panther ball.
Possession, Panthers.
Vikings up by 10, 25-15. Ball comes in to Sophie Hook. Across the timeline and down the lane, tries to put it up. It doesn't go. Rubis with the rebound, overlays it, and Shipman with the rebound. Shipman stops at the top of the key, gets it to Goodell. Back to Shipman from the elbow, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped around, Hajdukovic with it, puts it up, no good. Hajdukovic gets her own change back and puts it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with 2.
Hajdukovic for 2.
Kofal with it, feeds it over to the near side to Mansell, down into the lane to Barker, tries to lay it up off the glass, and she got fouled going up.
Barker heading to the short right. Viking foul number 42, Shipman, her 3rd, team first.
So Barker at the line for 2. First shot is up and good. By the way, that's the 3rd foul on Shipman. And she's going to take a break.
And for the Vikings, number 34, Sikora.
Bryn Sikora comes in to give her a break. Keep her out of foul trouble if they can. Second shot's up and off the iron, no good. Goodell brings it across the timeline for the Vikings. To Keltner, back out to Goodell. To Keltner, steps back for a three. She hit the three! Meadow Keltner with a three-pointer. 30-16, Vikings by 14. Kofal with it. Gets it over to the far side to Sophie Hook. Down into the corner to Barker. Barker to Rubus. Turnaround jumper's no good. And Anderson comes away with it for the Vikings. Takes it straight down the lane. Tries to go up. And they're going to get a jump ball called. Kofal got her hand in there and tied up the ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Pass comes in. Sikora lays it up. And she got fouled going up. The ball rimmed around and fell off.
Panther foul number 14, Rubus.
That's Rubus's third foul. First team on the Panthers this half. Sikora puts the first one up and in.
Sikora makes the first.
Sikora's second shot is up, and it goes through. Rattled off about three different sides of the rim, and then finally it went down through. So Kofal with it between the circles, gets it over to the near side to Sophie Hook. Back out to the top of the key to Mansell, back to Sophie. Drives the right baseline. Gets it knocked away, but the Panthers pick it up. Kofal with it, and we're going to get a jump ball called. She went up in the air, and Vikings got their hand on the ball, forcing her back down. Good defensive play by the Vikings down underneath. And the ball comes into Barker. Back out high to Mansell, steps into the lane, puts a shot up. Off the back of the air, no good. Rubus overlays it again. Rebound taken down, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Addison Kofal. She's not sure about what she did wrong, and she goes out with a bit of a bloody nose. So the Vikings to inbound the ball. 15-15 to go. Vikings with the lead.
Number 4,
Goodell feeds it over to Keltner, takes it back out between the circles. Over to Sikora, back out high to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic over to Anderson on the left side, takes it into the lane, lays it up, and in it goes. Jada Anderson with the layup. 34-16. Vikings on a bit of a run. Ball comes over to the near side. And a three-pointer up and in by Morgan Barker. Morgan Barker hit the three. They feed it to Hajdukovic, lays it up and in. On a real pretty play, Jeanette Hajdukovic broke into the lane. Keltner found her and laid it in. Cross-court pass gets tipped away and into the backcourt. Chased down back there by Sophie Hook. She's got it on the left side. Hands it off to Mansell. Still on the left side, tries to drive down to the lane. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Goodell.
Viking foul number 4 on Goodell.
That's her second personal.
Her second, team second.
Second team foul on the Vikings. Keltner, Hajdukovic, and Goodell take a seat.
Number 24, Bovee.
Ball comes into Barker. She feeds it off and trying to go in, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Bryn Sikora. It's her second personal. Third team foul on the Vikings. Ball comes in to Mansell. To Klinkhammer. Now they get it over to the left side. This is Sophie Hook. Tries to go to the lane, backs back out to the left side to Barker, over to the near side to Mansell. Mansell drives to the right elbow, gets it out high, and the shot is up and no good. And we're going to get a foul. Foul's going to be on Morgan Barker. It's her third. 3 team fouls on the Panthers. And the Vikings bring the ball down the floor. They feed it over to the far side. This is Jada Anderson on the dribble. Tries to drive the lane, and we're going to get a foul.
That's a foul. Number 34.
Fouls on Mansell. It's her second, 4th team foul, and it looked like in the process of that foul, Elena Korn kind of turned a knee or something. She came out of there kind of limping funny. Not ha-ha funny. Jordan Bovey lays it up and in, and the Vikings are up 38-19. Into the lane, and shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Panthers. They get it over to the left side to Klinkhammer. And they hand it off to DeLander. To Hook. To Klinkhammer. Then to Mansell. In the right corner. Being guarded by Anderson. Out to Sophie Hook. They feed it. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Anderson. Takes it down the left side, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. I think it's on Lucy Mansell. And it is. That's her third, 5th team foul.
Returning for the Panthers, number 24, Colfax.
Back into the game is Addison Kofal. After getting her bloody nose tended to. They get it out to Nigaman, who puts it up and in. Autumn Nigaman with a 2-pointer.
Nigaman for 2.
40-19, Vikings up. And the shot is up and in by Kofal. And we have a timeout on the floor called by the Panthers, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining?
Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Vikings inbound the ball. Bovey with it, gets it knocked away, picks it up, feeds it over to the right side. That's Sikora. Down into the corner to J.C. Bovey. Panthers have it down low. They get it out high to Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer puts a shot up, no good. She tries to get a rebound. Ball gets taken away. We're going to get a traveling call against Jordan Bovey. She had control of the ball on a knee and stood up, and that's a travel. 40-21, Vikings by 19. 11:01 remaining. Pass comes in to the left side, and the Panthers have it. Kofal with it. She's high, wide, and left. Gets it over to the right side to DeLander. Then to Sophie Hook. Drives into the lane. Ball gets knocked loose, picked up by Klinkhammer. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound, banging around down there. Coming away with it is Shipman, feeds it down the floor, and they get it to Hajdukovic. Waits for traffic to clear, puts it up. She overlaid it, and the rebound comes down to the Panthers. Kofal with it. Into the lane, ball gets knocked away. Cross-court pass over to Sophie Hook, and out high to Barker. Barker into the lane, gets it back out high to Hook. Hook thought that Kofal was going to break into the lane. She threw it where she thought Kofal was going to be, only Kofal stopped. So it's out of bounds to the Vikings. Shipman gets it into Goodell. Goodell feeds it into the forecourt to Shipman. Shipman pulls up and hits the two-pointer from 15 feet. And down the floor come the Panthers. 42-21, the Vikings doubling up the Panthers. Sophie Hook on the dribble. On the left side, pass gets taken away by Hajdukovic to Goodell. Feeds it down the floor to Shipman. Shipman out to Hajdukovic. Puts it up, it won't go in. Shipman gets the rebound, puts it up and in. 44-21. Vikings putting some points up now. DeLander tries to feed it into the lane. Vikings take the ball away. Goodell feeds it out to the outside, and Bovey hits a three. And a timeout being called. Timeout on the floor. Vikings 47, Panthers 21, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back here at St. Croix Central High School, Vikings on top 47-21 as the Panthers bring the ball down the floor. Kofal on the dribble. She's out in the center circle. Feeds it into the lane. Nope. She took it over to the left side. Now they get it to Klinkhammer, lays it up, it does not go, and down comes Hajdukovic with the rebound. Shipman with it. Shipman drives towards the lane, gets it to Goodell, puts it up, no good. Nigaman with the rebound. She puts it up and it crawls over and in.
Nigaman for 2.
Panthers with the ball. On the left side now between the circles, Kofal with it to Klinkhammer on the right side. Back out high to Sophie Hook at the free throw line. Kicks it back out to Elsa Rubis. And we're going to get a off the foot violation against Shipman. So the Panthers will maintain possession.
Panthers.
Kofal to inbound. Gets it into Rubis. She loses the handle on it, and the Vikings come away. Goodell on the dribble. Takes it down the right side. Feeds it out high to Nigaman. To Shipman. She puts up the shot. No good. Rebound is going to go over to the Panthers as the ball goes out of bounds.
Returning for the Vikings, number 32, Anderson. And for your Panthers,
Jada Anderson back into the game for the Vikings as Autumn Nigaman takes a break. Bringing the ball down the floor is Addison Hook. Getting it over to the right side to DeLander. Then to Quorn. Back to DeLander. Ball gets knocked loose. Gets it out high. Goodell guarding. And then they swing it over to the left side, and the shot goes up and no good by Quorn. And the Vikings come down the floor. Goodell tries the right baseline, feeds it over to Hajdukovic on the left side. Back over to the right side to Shipman to Hajdukovic, just on the right side of the lane. To Shipman, turnaround jumper, it's good. 51-21, Vikings up by 30. Addison Hook with it. She feeds it to Lucy Mansell. Then over to Quorn. To Addison Hook. Ball gets knocked loose out of DeLander's hands, but she gets it back to Mansell. Then out to Quorn. Then over to Addison Hook. And we're going to get a foul called on Jordan Bovey. Tried to knock the ball loose and got a little bit of Addison Hook at the same time. Third foul on Bovey, fourth team foul on the Vikings. 6:03 remaining. Ball comes in to Elsa. She puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Shipman to Goodell. Goodell to Bovey. To Shipman. Out to Hajdukovic, shots up, no good. Rebound being dribbled around, and dribbling it on the baseline is Quorn, and it'll go back over to the Vikings. Bovey gets it into Goodell. Goodell takes a stutter step, puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Anderson. She puts the shot up and it goes in. Jada Anderson with the 2. Down the floor come the Panthers. Addison Hook on the dribble. Feeding it over onto the right side. That's DeLander. Back out high to Quorn, into the lane to Elsa Rubis. And her shot is no good, but she got fouled.
Viking foul on number 40, Hajdukovic.
That's going to be a foul on Hajdukovic. It's only her first. 15 foul on the Vikings. Rubis at the line for 2. First shot is up, and it's good. Whole mess of substitutions for the Vikings. So Hajdukovic is in there. Sikora. And Keltner. And Bovey. Second shot's good. fact, both Bovies are in there.
Back in for the Vikings is
And Jordan Bovey brings the ball down the floor.
Keltner.
She feeds it over to JC Bovey. JC hands it off to Jordan. Pulls up the jump shot, no good. Rubis with the rebound, and down the floor comes Kofal. She feeds it over to the near side, that's to Barker. And then she gets it out high to Mansell, into the lane to Rubis. Hook shot is no good, and we're gonna get a foul on Rubis, I believe. And that's her fourth.
Panther foul on number 14, Rubis, her fourth, team sixth.
4:45 to go. And the Vikings bring the ball down the floor. They feed it over to Hajdukovic. Takes it over to the right side. Ball gets knocked loose. Looking for somewhere to go. Feeds it into the lane. Shot goes up, no good by Sikora. She gets her own rebound back, though. Trying to find a way out of the lane, and we're going to get a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Ball comes in, and now they lose control, and down the floor come the Panthers. Mansell tries to feed it to Kofal and kind of passed it right into her feet, and it goes out of bounds. So Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Bovey with it. Ball gets taken away by Rubis. She's got a solo flight, but it got taken away by Bovey. She knocked the ball out of bounds, but it took Rubis off a wide open layup.
Inbound Panthers.
So the Panthers will get the ball. Vikings up by 30. Kofal with it on the right side of the lane. Turns, gets it over to Rubis from the left elbow. She put it in. Bovey with it. That's Jordan Bovey. Gets it to Keltner. Takes it right down the lane. Puts the shot up. She put it in. Meadow Keltner with the two. Pass was trying to get into the lane, and she threw it off the leg of Jordan Bovey, and it went out of bounds.
Panthers, number 4, Klinkhammer, and number 22, DeLander.
So DeLander and Klinkhammer back into the game for the Panthers. Pass comes in to Sophie Hook. Shot goes up, it's no good. We're gonna get a whistle and a foul on JC Bovey, I believe.
Viking foul on number 12, Bovey.
Yes, JC Bovey with the foul. And the first shot is up and in by Sophie Hook.
In for the Vikings, number 22.
Nigaman into the lineup for the Vikings. Hajdukovic taking a break. Our Viking profile person today at halftime. Second shot is up and in. 55-27. Vikings up. Nigaman gets it out to Sikora, to Bovey, high, wide, and right. Bovey on the dribble. Takes it over to the left side. Feeds it to Sikora, and the ball gets taken away by the Panthers. This is Klinkhammer with it. Feeds it over to Sophie Hook, and she puts it up no good. Rebound chased down by Rubis. Gets it out to Klinkhammer. Shot goes up from the top of the key. It's no good. And the Vikings come away with it. 55-27. Sikora with it at the top of the key. Gets it to Bovey. Bovey got fouled as she was trying to bring it across the top of the key. Fouled by Sophie Hook. That's her seventh foul, so that'll put Bovey at the line for the 1-and-1.
Bovey shooting 1-and-1.
First shot is up. It's good. Addison Hook is in for Sophie Hook. You got hooks coming and going. Sounds like a fishing trip. Second shot is up and in. Klinkhammer with it. Gets it over to Addison Hook. And this shot comes out to Rubas. She puts it up and it's good. And I'm looking over at Lynn. Did the scoreboard miss 2 points for us? Nigaman with a shot. She hit the three! Autumn Nigaman with a three. Maybe not. Maybe I was just losing track. 60-29. Lynn says, yeah, it's good. So blame that on me. Rubas on the dribble at the top of the key. Gets it over to Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer drives into the lane, spins, lays it up. It doesn't go. Vikings come away with it. Under a minute to go. Bovey feeds it over. Shot goes up, no good by Sikora. And Klinkhammer brings the ball away. This one's going to go in the victory column for the Vikings. Barker with it. Gets it out to Addison Hook. Three-pointer. Addison Hook with a three. Under 30 seconds remaining. Down the floor come the Vikings. 13 seconds left. Bovey in the lane. Feeds it out to Jordan Bovey. She chases it down, 5 seconds to go. Back out high to Sikora, gonna let the clock run out, and this one is final. Final score on this game, Vikings 60, and the St. Croix Central Panthers 32. And we'll have more about this and talk about this one when we get to Viking postgame. And that'll be coming up right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
Spring is on its way, and the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are excited to once again be your home for Colfax High School baseball.
Yeah.
Join us as we follow the Colfax Vikings as they battle their way through the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. We'll carry Viking home games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
questions.
What's up, champ? I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
Thank you.
You have been tuned to Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. This copyrighted production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and Colfax High School is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Let's start time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Time now for Viking Post Game, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking Post Game.
Well, we're back here at St. Croix Central High School in Hammond, Wisconsin, and the Vikings have just come away victorious by a final score of 60-32 over the St. Croix Central Panthers. In a game that on paper looked like it should be pretty close, and the Vikings, especially in the second half of this game, just took control and dominated the game. In fact, outscored the Panthers 35-17 in the second half. First half was close until about the latter part of the first half, and Vikings led at halftime 25-15 and ended up winning the game 60-32. Let's take a quick look at the scoring from tonight's game as we await the arrival of Coach Serrar. She may be coming up any second because I just saw her come back into the gym. But we'll go ahead and get started here. For the St. Croix Central Panthers, they were led in scoring by Elsa Rubis. That's what we would expect. She made, 4, 5, 6 field goals and went 4 for 4 from the line for 16 points. Morgan Barker hit a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a free throw for 6 points. And then we have Sophie Hook with 5 points, Addison Hook with 3, and Addison Kofel with 2 points. And so that gives us the 32 points of the... Well, we're going to get a special treat tonight. Coming up here.
You've been listening to Viking Post Game, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.